needs. Absolutely.
Thank you. We'll now feed a question from Diana.
Thank you. Kurt Campbell, Newsroom. President Ali, you've already spoken about how President Trump's tariff plans for Chinese ships could affect regional trade. I just wanted to know if in your trade talks today, if that issue was specifically discussed.
Yes.
For Secretary of State Rubio.
Yeah, I can tell you. Oh, you were asking him. I'm sorry.
It's for both of you. What assurances can you give Diana and this hemisphere in terms of stemming indirect consequences?
Yes. Well, look, the goal the president has in doing so is we need to have an ability to build ships in this world that don't just come from China. Okay, I think it's just dangerous to have one country in the world building all the ships. I assure you that, and we don't want a war, but I mean, they're not going to build ships for us if we get in trouble, right? So we need to have alternatives to Chinese shipping. We're trying to create a market and a demand for alternatives to Chinese shipping construction. And I'm the first one to admit that the United States made a terrible mistake when we deindustrialized and we allowed all these industries to leave our country and go to other places. Now we're paying the consequences, but we have to fix it. So I do believe, I can't speak, the trade portfolio does not belong to the Department of State, but I do believe that we will take this back because we've heard this not just here, Mr. President, we've heard it throughout our visits here in the Caribbean, and we're going to take it back and explain to those who are in charge of trade policy that there are some implications to applying it to certain nations who are partners and who are seeking to develop their economies in ways that I think serve the national interest of the United States, not to mention the national interest of our partner nations, and see what can happen. So I can't make a commitment to those exemptions because that's not something we handle at the Department of State. What I can commit to is that I will most certainly raise this issue as a recurring issue in multiple places, that it would have a real detrimental effect on economic development. Maybe in 10 years it won't be an issue because there's been some diversification, maybe in 5. But right now it would be problematic. That message I'll take back to Washington and to my colleagues that are handling the trade portfolio, and we'll see how the president decides to proceed. But rest assured, we will take that message back.
Yeah, just to echo the sentiments that yes, we did discuss it, and the region would have raised it also. But the Secretary Rubio is, as he said, to take this back and to see whether there can be any special initiative for the region, given our specific circumstances. But let me say also that we have a responsibility to our friends. The U.S. is a great friend of ours. The U.S. will have made it very clear that they're ready to stand by us in our development, in our economic expansion, in our security, and in our defense. And I will say very boldly that such friends must have some different and preferential treatment. Because a friend who will defend me when I need